Well, it's me, guys. It's me. I'm back. By the way, today you're gonna see I have to go get in the big guns to keep me entertained for this next Milan Weekly Podcast talk. We're gonna talk about the games this weekend. We're gonna talk about obviously rumors, who's in, who's out. Guys, you've saw in the description who's with me. And replacing Stevie P, Yann, his wife might think he's on vacation in Cuba, but we know he's scouting talent down there in Cuba, and see if he could, he's scouting for Milan. That's what he told us, isn't it?
Of course, if he's pulling the Maldini, he's going to the nice sunny location. He wants to find the next right back, left back, center back. We need all the backs. We need everything to help us back there. We're porous.
And let's not forget, on the cheap. And on that note, guys, let's get the show on the road. Cari amici sportivi, welcome you to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast. So we talk everything Milan, a back-to-back and no more gas Milan. Guys, I had to go get him from retirement, semi-retirement. He is close to Fabio, the most hated persona on MWP. He got cancelled. He went into hiding. No, he keeps on retweeting everybody. And guys, he just doesn't care. That's why I love him. Yann, welcome back, dude. How you been? How you doing? What's going on over there?
It's been good, season's almost upon us. I figured let's like Milan is doing right now with their warm-up games. I figured I'd have a little warm-up game before the start of the season. And I'm back. I was not in hiding. I was in hiding.
You weren't hiding, and you got bullied off the internet. I could see that you're very distraught about this whole situation, but
lost so much sleep. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Messages from Presidente. He told us,
yes,
make sure that you wish Mr. Allegri a happy birthday. Yann, how many games is it going to take Allegri to have a Milan meme? Because it took him all these Juve memes. You say first game Cremonese.
Did you see the one with the English in the English press? I don't know if it was against Leeds or Chelsea, and the guy was trying to say his name Massimiliano, and he's like, yes, very long. Yes, so I think we already have one. Yes, he's all yes, yeah.
So it didn't take that many games, and even also said to everybody out there, guys, for everybody that does the audio podcast, nothing's gonna change for you guys. It's just that we've been having trouble with the people up there in Italy, trying to make sure that the audio downloads go on, hours after we finish. But President is on it. He faxed a company, Yann, who should be up and running, and people being able to download every single podcast, not only the Milan Weekly Podcast, but the Coast to Coast, the specials with Stevie P. Stay tuned. But the fax did go through. I believe that's what he told us. They have received the fax.
The payment was received. The white smoke, we saw it in the distance. It wasn't a forest fire. They received the payment.
We're good.
We're in for the first 6 months. Then he's going to want more Sconti, but that's why Presidente is Presidente. He's the best.
I love him. I love him. So shout out to Presidente. Guys, we are going to talk about the games this weekend. Yann, how about you? I just want to take your thoughts on this whole summer, right? We haven't been on very often, but always kind of a grounded Milan fan. Yes, you love your beloved Milan, but you're still like, guys, let's keep it real. And
Yeah.
it's Twitter is not real life, whatever case may be. But
No.
your understanding of how Milan has been, your thoughts on going from the Tare signings to the way they performed, the ins, the outs, the way they've kind of cleaned up. Your thoughts, man, so far.
So far, I think, look, they're in a tough spot. They're never going to be totally forgiven for what happened, right?
Mhm.
Maldini, all the stuff, the team being totally terrible. So I always feel like no matter what they do, not always going to be well received, even though it is well received. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be the yeah, but. So all things considered, I do believe things are going well. It's nice that they got a sporting director at all and early. It's nice that they got Allegri early, and we can meme all we want about Massimiliano Allegri, but in Serie A, it's a proven winner. And I think you asked me about the performances. It's preseason, like we're gonna be serious, but they look compared to last year composed, and they're trying to do
not
something.
lost. That's
Yes,
what I'm going.
exactly.
They don't look lost.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into the Chelsea game, and just before that, what would be the signings of? Let me ask you: is there any differences between the Jashari signing to the CDK one? Do you feel that expectation wise, the way it was handled? And Omar in the MWP and even in Montreal chat had said is like, it comes down to a discussion as well as like, but just for this couple of extra million, just get it done. Where it's like, no, I see this property just like if I'm buying a house, right? And this is what I see its value. I don't want to go over that. That kind of signing, the Chow at 41 million. It just like the anyways. But before Chow, that situation. Is it the same thing as CDK? What's so different about it, or the arguments from both sides?
I think from a human perspective, we went through CDK. I hopefully everybody learned. That's what life's about. You learn from things. So I don't think the expectations are as high, even though the price tag was more, just because the blow is softened by CDK. So also, I hate to say, you look at the way these guys walk in, right? Outside of that suit mishap that he had, I don't know, even on the field, he looks more composed. I'm not saying he's better than CDK or anything like that, but he looks more composed. Even that first game against Leeds, he looks composed. He looks like he wants a beer. He looks like he can handle at least the cameras at Milanello. We'll see when the season starts. It's going to be a totally different thing when you're playing real opponents, all this stuff. But just if you're going to say from what I saw of CDK, remember that dance he did? That wasn't very confident. We all tried to laugh it off as fans and be like, it's okay. But no, he looked awkward and scared. This guy, I don't know. He looks ready for it. We'll see.
We'll definitely see, right? And speaking of the season started this Sunday, 3:15, Milan Bari, guys, Milan Club Montreal. We're gonna be there. Chicharos. It's Sunday. It's 3:15, and possibly Yann, Facebook Frank looks like he's going to make it out to Chicharos.
Shout out to Chicharos. Chicharos 316 at SmackDown, by the way.
Did you see that?
That was awesome. Good for them.
Yeah.
That's not what you see, Leonard. Yeah.
I gotta see Felice. I think it was him, but Facebook them. Frank possibly on Sunday. Anyways, but Milan Bari, guys, Sunday Chicharos at 3:15 p.m. Hopefully, we're gonna show up in a nice little number. It's the first one of the season, guys. Let's get it done.
Easy, have a little maybe beer. Just one grab.
Nudegesti.
Cortomuso.
Jesus, it's starting already.
I can't wait. But the guys look, when you have a nice manager, it looks like they didn't have a good goal last year. It was rough.
Did you see that video when it was 2-3 weeks ago? Leao and Chukwueze, like they couldn't catch their breaths. It's like, what kind of fucking that's right. And in the end, I said it when he was coach at the Juve. Nobody's gonna look at the history books and go, it was a boring 1-0 win. They're gonna look at Juve 3 points. That's what it is. So in the end, if we just win by 1, 3 points is all that matters.
Who cares? Did Napoli, they won last year. Good for them. Awesome. Not all their wins were pretty. You think they care right now?
No. And I love
What?
how they asked, did she Allegri? They asked him, and he named everybody. Oh, ma sì, ma la Napoli è favorito, and
Of
he's
course.
naming all the Fiorentina anche, and he's like,
Yeah.
what an asshole. I love him. I love him. When was the last time you saw a team do two friendlies back to back? Yeah.
In football, culture, never.
You know, you
Never
had
in my life. Makes you
a,
wonder, when a game gets canceled because of too much rain, why can't they play it 2 days later?
did you see that new ruling in the FIGC? Like I said, yeah, they're gonna have to take it back within the week, the following
That's
week.
good. That's
That's
good.
a good thing.
good.
But you had a weekend of Palermo versus Manchester City, and then
Beautiful.
you had yes, Leeds versus Milan.
What a
On
nice
this,
stadium, Leeds. What a nice
I
looking stadium.
talk about what you wrote in the group talking about the stadium.
Leeds, small, like not a huge club. I'm pretty sure they make a decent amount of money because of being in the EPL and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Beautiful stadium. I think the stadium was really, really nice. I was telling the guys, it's not 70,000 seats, it's not 80,000 seats, but why is it that a club like Leeds is able to have a stadium of that, like that, and we're Milan and they have like the garters around it because the cement is falling? Come on.
It's like the Olympic Stadium
on.
near Montreal. But looked like a strong starting lineup. Jimenez scoring. What a great goal by him. I know.
Yeah.
We could talk about Stupinian. Somebody's gonna have to tell me how to pronounce his name. But
Ask Steve. Steve's gonna know it for sure.
oh
He's
yeah,
back from
definitely.
vacation.
And it was in Dublin, and my friend Colin had sent us some pictures of Leeds versus Milan. But your thoughts on this game? Again, it's a friendly. Just the way we're not going to dissect the 4-1 loss to Chelsea. This one was like, okay, again, we didn't look lost.
No, I think first half was good. Second half, the changes came on, and I think the team, but it's normal. There's a lot of fringe players playing. We didn't have such a good second half, but first half, Jimenez, I'm happy for him. He was doing the world tour before coming back to practice with the team after the Gold Cup. But happy he scored. I'm happy that he's able to perform, even though his name is in the media that they're going to get rid of him or bring in another big striker. We'll get to that later. But yeah, he was good. I thought Okafor again.
Okafor, man, I don't know. It's just like they talk about these guys, like even Musa. He's playing all these friendlies. It's like, again, if they're gonna come a knocking with 30 million,
sell that kid. Let's go
for that kind of amount. But going to looks like a 4-3-3 to a 5-4-1. Is this just paperwork talking, or is this? Did he really go?
Yeah, that's how they always move around. It's going to be those guys. That's why guys like Salamakers, they're going to be useful for a guy like Allegri because you can play three center backs, pop them up in the midfield, and make them come back. As the right wing back. Or we'll see how it goes with the kid from Young Boys. I never heard of him before 3 weeks ago, but apparently he's no good because nobody had ever heard of him. But we'll see who starts over there. And then there's Jimenez. Okay, so there's Jimenez and Jimenez. So Jimenez is the
Jimenez is Jesus with a J, and then there's
so there's Jimenez. There's Jimenez. That even there it's negative because next year there's a buyback clause, but it's this year, so we'll see.
We'll see what go from. But an okay result, 1-1 Leeds. Obviously, if this meant a lot more, no Pulisic this weekend as well, as we noticed. Then we go on to let's have a game the day after. Let's go from Dublin to Chelsea. A couple of
I don't know the logistics, but maybe Colin could tell. But that's at least an hour and a half on the plane, or something.
Yeah. But it was only the next day, so it's fine. Only next day. The boys had some English breakfast. They went to play and they shut the bed. And
but shut the bed. Okay, that poor kid. Own goal
that was
and a red card all within 20 minutes.
No, but Kubis was horrible. I understand an own goal, wrong place, wrong time, a red card, merited red card on that one.
For sure.
But again, I felt that even after, how many times have we seen this kind of game happen last year, the year before? right? Within 10 minutes, it's already no bordel, right? I just felt again, they didn't look lost. And they still had a chance to score. Fofana with that, what a chance he missed on that one. Yeah, obviously Chelsea, guys, is playing a friendly. I get it, but
Chelsea
your
also went
thoughts?
far. They went to the final in the that World Cup thing in the United States. They played a lot of more meaningful games than Milan. They've been together as a team longer. I don't know. But I don't really look much into it. Look, you have the own goal. You have the penalty shot that was also merited. And
Yeah.
then you have Tomori just mailing it in and not doing anything on the other two goals.
Yeah, that one
So,
was. Who
both of
was
them.
worse?
Both goals were his
Hoovus
fault.
or. Yeah, Tomori did not look strong on this one at all. And, I know he, he made some comments this weekend about the defense, but, De Winter, we're getting a player with the letters Inter in his last name.
But also De.
De. Yann, like looking again, they're friendlies. I understand. And nobody's going to tell me that, we should have kept Chaw because Chaw's going to make our defense so much better. Chaw's okay defender. He had his bad, but not for that amount of money. But do you worry or do you faith in Allegri that he's going to fix these holes in the gap?
I'm hoping that they sell Musa, they have 50 million, and they go get another defender. Because if they get Højlund for the striker position, it's going to be a loan of like 5-6 million, which I hope they can afford outside of this 50. So I would still go for another center back. Whether it's Leone, who had 10 good games last year, or Comuzzo, that that unless you're Juventus, you're not going to get a player from Fiorentina easy. So it's already late in the Mercato. I don't know. That's the only thing that worries me there.
They were bringing this up in the MWP chat. Leone is like that they're telling he's the next coming of Chiellini. 18 years old, 45 million. Everybody wants him. Are you taking that gamble for a kid that's 18 years old? Because sometimes la maglia è pesante, right? You go into a big team, whether it be the Milans, the Inters, the Juves, whatever. Do you spend that kind of money on a youngster of that age? Or do you prefer spending a 25 million like a Richie kind of guy that's had his couple of years and he's still established? Yeah.
Established. Because in a perfect world, you would buy Leone and leave him on loan at Parma this year to play another year there. Okay. In a perfect world. But
do you see
with that price tag
starting? Yeah, no, but 45 million.
You're expected to bring him over, and it's going to be expensive. And Pavlovic and Gabbia together, Pafalo.
What's your pairing? Tomori and Gabbia. Guys, you tell us.
I think it's gonna be Pavlovic and Tomori with Winter.
No, Gabbia's a star, man. Come on. Gabbia's got to start.
I guess we play once a week. I don't know. He doesn't bring confidence to me. Like, I like him. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like I would want him off the team, but I don't know. Tomori's. Yeah, you see, we need to buy another center back. So hopefully this is what they're doing. They went for the Winter, who's going to be good to drop in case the next guy goes to the very last minute, that he's going to need 2 weeks into, or it's going to be by the third week of the season at that point, that he's going to need to get into the groove of things. So maybe that's why the Winter's like a good safe stop back. He's not bad. I mean, even at Juve he wasn't bad, and he played under Allegri, right? So
yeah, Anthony's saying Tomori's decline is concerning.
Yeah, but it's been 2 years, Anthony. He's been the year right after we won the Scudetto, it started.
But I will say the first preseason games he wasn't that bad. But then the problem is that you remember the performances like the Chelsea 4-1 loss. Fofana is, okay, a nice little bright spot on there. What I like seeing too is that this counterattack Allegri, do you feel Leao is the perfect fit for this kind of play?
I think so. I like the way they like try and look for their side. I mean, I like the way they're doing the counter. And again, compared to last year, it looks like they know what they're doing. So just for that, I feel a bit more confident. It's going to be a tough season anyway, guys. Even at one game, still going to be tough, I think. At least at first, depending on who you get when you get them. Because I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it's nice to see us buying all these different players. But all this squad rotation, it's pas facile, huh?
No, definitely. So preseason friendlies finish up in Chelsea 4-1. If you had to really sum up the performances for the last 2 days, Yann, would you give it? I know Gio and Fabio like to do the gradings. Would you give it like a C, a B minus, a D maybe? I don't know.
I'd give it a good, like, I'm a percentage guy. I'd give them a good 73.5%. That's like, if that.
We're Canadian. We do percentages.
Yeah, we're Canadian. Yeah. Precise.
73.5.
73.5. Kind of exam you would have got in Sec 4. You go home, you're like, but it's okay. Could have been better.
It's not bad.
But I wasn't like a little failure. And I didn't really put much effort into it. I just went through the motions very well.
I like it.
That's my grading.
I wanted to be
C minus, I guess, for the Americans, or is that C?
C minus.
C minus.
I think a C.
Because I think C minus, you're getting into the 60s, right? No.
I don't know. Our American friends are going to tell us, American friends. You know, before we get into Mercato updates, what we've heard, what we know, what we don't know, in this day and age, Yann, where a couple of weeks ago, WWE signs an exclusive with ESPN. UFC just announced yesterday signing an exclusive big deal, $7 billion deal with Paramount Plus. The Serie A, ladies and gentlemen, has named a partnership with the National Hockey League. And on the first day of Serie A, the first week, there will be at Milan Cremonese some NHL legends. This is what Serie A, and we're gonna make fun. It is what it is, but it's cool. But how does this help Serie A, or how does this help? Then I'm going to ask you who you think is going to end the NHL. How does this?
It's, I think, to show off Milan Cortina, like the Olympics that are coming, right? And they signed a partnership. So they said, why don't you come have a coffee? And the NHL's like, okay, come over and have a coffee. That's it.
So I would go with Bobby Luongo. He's going to be like team captain over there. He just wanted...
Wait,
and he's a Napoli fan. That's what he told us.
6 degrees of separation. Milan Weekly Podcast. Chocharos. Roberto Luongo. NHL in Milano. You see?
And he told us not to post it because he's a Napoli fan. Thank you, Roberto. I would go with maybe NHL Hall of Famer. I hope he's a Hall of Famer. Al Ayafredi.
Al Ayafredi, man.
My dad liked him because he had that mullet.
He never look. Let's be honest. Every Italian man loved him because he held on to the dream. He was going bald, but he held on to the mullet.
I like him.
We give them all hope. All our uncles, all our dads that are like,
what's that guy that won the was at Washington? Mezzapane. What's his name?
Mangiapane. It was Mangiapane.
What a name! What a name!
Mangiapane's gotta be there. Dino Ciccarelli.
Hey, it's Ciccarelli. Huh?
Ciccarelli.
But remember, he said in an interview, it's Ciccarelli. I'm American. My dad got so pissed off. Who else would be there? Rick DiPietro.
10 feet too many. DiPietro.
Rick DiPietro. Mangiapane. Who else would be there? I don't know. Any big...
Todd Bertuzzi. You go in there with a bat. And what a decline after he lost his mind, that guy. Todd Bertuzzi.
But guys, Serie A, not only are they been battling piracy on one side, they're joining forces.
They're bringing in the enforcers to fight piracy. It's all making sense, Vinny. That's why the NHL is partnering up with Serie A. That's why they're going to be there in Milano. They're going to be there to fight piracy. Dino Ciccarelli, Ale Afridi, they're there.
Oh, but Jesus Christ, man. Yes, so I don't know. We'll see when Gretzky. He's Italian. I knew it was kind of Italian there. I always remember those, my dad always liking these Italian names. I remember watching an NBA. Remember This Is My House commercial used to do like in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Tambo.
And they had Kobe dribbling and he's like, questa è mia casa. And my father looks at me, ma che sei italiano? I go, pa, he grew up in Italy. Ma che sei giocatore buono, questo qua? Okay. He's
instantly proud. Instantly proud. Fully knowledgeable about basketball. One guy.
You guys let us know in the comments who will be the NHL representatives at Milan Cremonese on the first game day
No,
of Serie A.
Andrew Raycroft during the
Hmm.
lockout did play for the Milan team.
Oh,
He's a TV personality. It's
we'll
actually
never
a
know. We'll
legit
see.
bet. Maybe Andrew Raycroft's going to be there. He played in Milan. That would make sense.
We'll have some fun on the following Monday after that game. Um, let's go through this Mercato update, and if we have to listen to every single thing that we see, uh, let's. How many? What's your percentage of belief Vlahovic is a possibility?
Zero.
Okay,
Unless he's coming to do charity work, we can't pay him $12 million net this season. That's like three of our players,
I
or
think
two.
the only
That's
reason
two
I say
players.
no,
Two players in Leao is $12 million net. I don't think it's.
Frank,
It
don't you
could
worry.
be.
Family first. Family first. If anything, we'll FaceTime each other. No te preocupar, Frank.
If
You,
anything, Vinny. If anything, if Juve would pay half his salary, then I could
Juve
see it
ain't gonna.
happen. Because at this
He's on
point,
his
Juve is
last
going to
year,
either pay
right?
his full salary. Juve is either going to play his full salary and he's not going to play. I think they're playing the waiting game. And for once, Milan's in the driver. Anybody with Juve is in the driver's seat because they know they're going to be stuck with a massive payroll. So you never know. The last couple of days, you might get a guy at a Nushkonto, like 40% off, of the salary. Then it might make sense. That's the only
But
way it does. 50%
you
off.
know, you know how I'm not gonna change my tune now, but I did say when Vlahovic went from Fiorentina to Juve, is that a player under Allegri, he wasn't played to his full, potential because of his style of formation or style of play. Why is everybody kind of getting excited to the idea of this? Even though, yeah, I'm with you. Like, I'm gonna cut my salary in half, and even at half, it's 6 million a year. Leao's making what, 4.5. So why would this be different? Because he just wants to change mentally. What would be?
You want to continue making that salary, right? His contract's up soon, so he has to prove it that he can do it somewhere else or there. And I think Vlahovic was good at Juve when he first went there. As the team got less and less quick and reliable around him, so did he decline, and that's like with any striker, right? So I do believe at Milan he would be okay under Allegri. And it's funny. A lot of I was hearing the same thing, Vinny, that people that Allegri didn't use Vlahovic properly, and if that was true, why would the player want to even come here? When you say no, I don't like no,
I, I'm
maybe he
I'm
sees
gonna
something playing with Leao, playing with Pulisic. That's a lot better than who he was getting serviced by at Juventus right now.
I'll give it 10%, not more than that, unless he really wants to play with
I
Allegri.
give it zero. I give it zero because I don't think that's going to happen, and I think we're honestly going to get that kid from Manchester United.
Speaking of him, sold from Atalanta for what, 80 million at the time?
Yeah, but that's the Premier League
It's
tax.
been
That's like 35 million over here. It isn't
okay.
the same
It's
thing.
been I've seen his name a couple of times, right? And I don't know if it should raise a flag, but player to leave Serie A 1 year, doesn't find space and wants to come back, right?
He doesn't
So
really want to come back though. The team is open to him coming here. Milan wants to get him, and it's the first time because they always like to say, "Oh, the players will come to Milan." He said that he wants to try and fight for a spot at Manchester United. So maybe he comes in January if he doesn't get through, and his agent tells him, "Hey, you have half a year to make it up now." But I think he would be good low risk option because I like Jimenez. Like, are we really gonna get rid of him after like 3 months, 4 months? Like, I
no,
don't know.
I don't see us getting not on that kind of investment.
No, I don't think so.
But we did
So
give
what are
up
you gonna
on.
invest another 45 million on 65 million on Vlahovic and pay him $12 million a year? Doesn't make sense. And if you're gonna pay $12 million a year for a player, I'm sorry, so I'm not gonna go for Vlahovic.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good
You
point.
know, like
That's a
if I'm
good.
gonna do that and make Leao mad and know that my salary is gonna go through the roof the next couple of years, no. So no, no.
All right. So I know nothing has been made official, but he already gave an interview thanking Milan the time he spent here. who's running the scouting there? Who's running the finances at Newcastle? 35 million pounds
Yeah, okay.
for Malik Chow.
Okay. It's
So
pocket
is it
change for them, Vinny. It's pocket
no,
change.
but
You're
is it
shopping at a discount.
Finally, you got to tell me he's worth 35 million pounds,
No.
41 million euro?
No. But half the people that sell a house in Montreal, it's not worth that. Does anyone say anything? No, it's fine. It's people.
But
pay
when
for
was
it.
the last time? When was the last time that you felt we were like, holy shit, man! What a good this is paying.
It shows
way
we have a
over.
sporting director, eh? No, I don't take this as a comment against Maldini before I get a letter at my house to cease and desist from somebody. Okay, it's not that, but it does show that we have a real sporting director that knows how to make moves. Has he been perfect? No, nobody's perfect. But let's be honest about this summer, how things are going. I feel pretty confident with the guy. He reacted quickly to Chow and everything moving. We got the winter. We have money left over. Maybe sell Musa. Maybe have more money left over.
No, Tari, I remember me and Steve all those moves they used to do at Lazio back then. It's like, holy shit, man, he knows what the hell he's doing. Yeah. Marko Lazetic, he's still around. I'm reading this correctly. Lazetic with an apostrophe. Aberdeen, yes, in the
Scottish League.
The Scottish League.
Yeah,
but how many games did he play for Milan?
Did you ever play a game for Milan? Did I ever play a game? Okay, good for him. He's getting sold. He's interested in him. No one's interested in us.
The winter we said was coming. The new guys from Young Boys who were gonna pretend that as soon as he signed, he's the next coming of Christ for Milan. But I want to ask you, who's going to leave out of all the players you've seen? Like
players that want to leave are going to leave, like
Okafor,
Rangers,
like Okafor, Salamakers.
I would keep Okafor. I don't know why. I think he can be a versatile backup on either side. He's not a starter, but what are you going to get better than him right now?
Salamakers?
I like him too. I always liked him. But again, not a starter. But we need guys on the bench that are reliable.
But these are not the players that you're going to keep to go deep in the Champions League.
We're not in the Champions League. Next year, you get rid of them. These are the guys you're going to keep this year to finish top 4. So I think we're fine. And, we're already adding a lot of guys. We're already adding a lot of players.
Who's leaving? If you had to pick one, Musa, Chucky,
Chukwueze and Musa could leave, I think.
You got to get rid of one. You got to get rid of one. Between Chukwueze
and Musa, I would get rid of Chukwueze because Musa is more versatile. Even though he's a donkey, he's more versatile than Chukwueze. So I would get rid of Chukwueze over Musa. But I would get rid of both of them. If you can get rid of two guys.
I'm saying if you had to pick if you had to pick just one position to buy, would it go back to what you're saying at the beginning of the center back?
I will go to center back, and then you're stuck keeping Chukwueze because you're gonna maybe start playing Leao as striker for some games when Jimenez can't play. Because you know what I mean. Like, there's a reason they tested him out as striker. Right? If they don't get this, it's possible. He didn't look super out of shape over there, but yeah, Chiesa would be interesting because we get an Italian, and we always need someone to play goaltender. And with Allegri, you never know. Chiesa can play goalie instead of Menya, so it's good.
Where do you think he's going, Chiesa?
Last minute, I think. Napoli, Milan.
Raspadori's at Atletico right now.
Good for him.
Good for him.
26 million they spent.
26. That's some money over there in Spain.
Plus bonuses, so maybe it goes to 31, but I think it's 26 is the fee.
Not Chamal.
He's not even that old, eh?
No.
But like 24 years old or something.
Get some experience abroad. We shall see. What are you expecting this Sunday? Milan Bari. Is Allegri coming guns a-blazing? I know it's a week before the start of the Serie A. And, if I was taking a look, Yann, to our upcoming schedule, and, you do have Cremonese, Lecce, Bologna, Udinese. And then you go to Napoli, Juve, Fiorentina, Pisa. But those first 4 games, Cremonese, Lecce, Bologna, Udinese, Bari a week before, do you go guns a-blazing against Bari? Knowing Allegri, or do you go with...
Define. Now you know it's Allegri, you know it's Serie A, and you know it's Bari. Define guns a-blazing.
For me,
like
guns a-blazing...
Your game one starting lineup?
Your best starting 11. Does he go guns a-blazing?
I think he goes best starting lineup because they don't have much else to play for. And I remember when he was being presented and it was like that 45-minute interview, he mentions Coppa Italia a few times. We haven't won it since 2003, guys?
2003.
I'm not a big wow, we won the Coppa Italia, but I think it would be a good test. Win the Coppa Italia, qualify for Champions League, possibly win the Scudetto, but if you don't, that's a nice consolation after a year of shit. Coppa Italia, Champions. Would you take that right now? Would you take that?
Say that again.
Would you take the result? No Scudetto, but Coppa Italia and Champions League guaranteed. You win them. You win the Coppa Italia and you finish 4th place. That's it. No Scudetto. Would you take that today?
No, because of the results of last year. We are playing once a week. We have a coach in Allegri. There is no reason why we shouldn't be winning the Scudetto this year.
We want our own triplete: Champions League, Coppa Italia, Scudetto. Milan Weekly Podcast.
Give me a second star. Give me a second star. Thank you, Liban. Just give me a fucking second star. Because if Napoli, the way I look at it, if Inter was the best team in Serie A last year, by far.
By far? I wouldn't say by far. I'm sorry.
Okay. Maybe not.
They were
the best team. The best team in Serie A.
Yeah.
If Napoli had to leave it to the last 2 games of the season, where at one point they just let Inter creep back in, playing once a week.
They also lost their best player and managed to continue on and win. So I think that's why they let Inter come back in. Because if Cavaradona stays, I think they win that comfortably.
There's no other, for me, Scudetto.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy, but the way we didn't go get Palladino as a coach, we didn't get Juric as a coach. We got Allegri, and I even said it again today. I go, guys, when you guys got rid of Allegri, I felt that you guys were making a mistake because Allegri's a good coach. You just don't have the players, to my Juve friends, and no, I that's my expectation for this year, Scudetto and nothing else, and. Who's saying Marcus there? The first 4 games, those should be wins. Not even a discussion.
Yeah. Bologna is probably going to be the toughest opponent in those first 4.
Yeah, and I think Allegri is not going to let the team, as we say en français, dégringoler. Like if you hit that, that low, he's going to pick you back up by the time the next game comes, and now you'll have that week in between games. So. I'm going to go with my expectation is the Scudetto. Give me a fucking second star, as Steve would say. That's the way I see it.
Okay,
would you be happy?
That wasn't my question, though. My question is...
Would I take it?
Would you take it? Right today, would you take that without the risk of not winning the Scudetto, right? I would take that. I would take that. At the end of the
would I take...
As much as, of course, you want to win the Scudetto.
Try to go to... Okay, or you go battle for the Scudetto, but if not, for sure, Coppa Italia and top 4. Fuck.
I'm saying you would win this even if Leao broke his leg tomorrow. I'm saying it's in your favor. That if you take this bet, it's happening. But you'll never win the Scudetto this year. Because it's tough to win the Scudetto. It's a tough league to win.
Then again, the Coppa Italia haven't won in 22 years, 23 years. Nobody complains about that, right? But nobody's like, oh my God, where's our next Coppa Italia? People want a second start. So no, I would go battle for the Scudetto.
Second start? Okay, second. So would you take...
Allegri would take Salamakers and make him play center back. You understand? Remember when he used to put Mattia, what was his name? De Chilio. He used to put him as a forward or something. I still love those skits. But no, I got a battle. I got a battle for the Scudetto.
I'm not saying I would take it. I'm trying to make conversation because I see people in the I want people to come
What do you
harass
guys say,
me.
man? No, I would. No, I would. I would. No.
You risk it
Forget the
all if you
sure.
could win nothing, but you're going for Scudetto anyway.
I'm risking it all. I like to gamble. I haven't gambled in a while. Let me gamble a little bit.
It's like if you take this bet, you get like the Juve referee treatment all year. You're always getting a penalty shot. It's like you're playing the game on easy. You know what I mean? Welcome back, Allegri.
I love it. I love it. Copitale's secondary objective, main objective should be the Scudetto on one game.
We'll ask this question again after match day 10. After match day 10,
10
I'll
games
ask this question. 10 games in, we'll ask this question again, okay?
All right, we'll go from there. I'm gonna take this as your closing comment. The one player that you enjoyed or were pleasantly surprised by in these last 4 or 5 preseason games. Modric.
Okay, he hasn't done much yet, but Salamakers, Jashari, even though it was a little bit. Bartesaghi, in a sense, not impressed, but I didn't see him like make a lot of mistakes. So I'm like, that's different from last year. So there's been progress there. But I'm not saying I'm impressed, like, wow, he should be starting. But I see a little progress.
Well, you're like, wow, he didn't fuck up. Okay.
Yeah. And Ricci as well he's looked calm. He's looked calm enough. But I can't say I've been super impressed. It's mostly I'm just happy to see Salamakers back doing some nice things. These fringe guys, right? They came back from loan. Never wonder how they're feeling. And Jashari impressed me in his poise in that first game for Leeds there. Not that he was Pirlo in the midfield,
okay.
But he looked poised. He looked ready to go. And I was worried that sitting out practices and everything, he would have been a bit sluggish. He's looking good. So I think I'm happy that I'm happy like our midfield is a lot more solid this year, but everyone's going to point at the defense. Yes. But I do believe that if you have a solid midfield in front of an okay defense, it makes them just a bit better, right? So I think last year we lacked both. We lacked defense and midfield. Because Rangers was good, but he was alone. And Fofana was running around like a chicken with no head. And I think that's partially the system that they were playing, because I don't think Fofana's a particularly bad player. So, yeah.
All right. I'm going to go, maybe might surprise you on this one, but I was the most surprised by Leao. No smiling, tracking back. It's friendly games, and he's playing. You can see that he's fitting in, even in the position of a striker. And I was really the most. And when we went down to 10 men, I don't know if you noticed, he was there defending on corners, and he was tracking back, and I liked seeing that. I really, really did. So I'm gonna go with most surprised by. And like guys are mentioning, like you're mentioning Salamakers or Ricci, yeah. But to me, it was just most surprising because so far this is the kind of layout that we've seen. It's been a while we haven't seen this. But if I go to the layout with the sideline incident to the layout I saw in the last 4 or 5 games I've seen him play, I see a different player. Now, I don't know what it has to do with the good words you said about Allegri, or maybe they take him, even Loftus-Cheeks. Loftus-Cheeks is like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like
that's another good shot.
Loftus-Cheeks is like, I remember those first couple of games that I saw him play with Milan. I was like, oh my God, who's this freight train? And he looked good there. But I think it was more, I think we've gotten used to a certain layout that we've seen in the last 15, 20 games of the last season to what I've seen now. But I would do a toss-up between Leao and Loftus-Cheeks. But no, even Salamakers. Yeah, no, Salamaker too, a good pick there, guys. So we'll see who is going to, what he's going to do on Sunday. 3:15 start Eastern time. Come on, Montreal, Milan Club, Montreal. We're going to be at Chocharo's. I don't know if you wanted to finish off with anything else that we just discussed. I like these little, under 50 minutes. We just got through we didn't do any clickbait. We are not doing. Oh, you're muted.
We forgot one important element for Mercato. Morata, most likely going to Como. They got an agreement with Galatasaray, so should be another $12 million.
We're getting 12?
12 million.
12? We sold him, and then we're getting
back. It was on Sky on the ticker.
On the ticker, 12 million.
I think 12 million, 8 goes to Galatasaray, 7 goes to us. So 7 million to us, yeah. To break the loan, 5 million to them.
Litari, I like him.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. Next Monday, I believe the scouting job will be done for Stevie P. We'll be back here on next Monday talking about the Coppa Italia game. Guys, it is what it is. This year, no Champions League. It's gonna be challenging year. That's why I go back to the Scudetto. Coast to Coast will be here. Somebody was asking about busted tweets. Yeah, and I don't know. It's. I think now they know what they're doing. Is this? Oh, have you found some?
I don't know. I think we need a new gimmick. I think it's over. I think people are just they take it too seriously. So can't make fun of them. Get all mad.
They get mad, eh?
Yeah.
Or you know what? Maybe we should do like the not busted tweets, but like the best comments that we get on our on our Twitter responses or Twitter, but that would be still busted.
Those are good. It would be busted,
good.
but it's like you're fishing for the hook. You're fishing for them. That's
Yeah,
good.
but we will black out their names, like like in the newspapers with we don't want to be identified.
Yeah. I have to get their permission. Like so you get a cease and desist letter or something. You never know.
We paid Gala $5 million to get him back. What are you saying, Ricardo?
Yeah, I think. Well, we didn't pay it. I think it's all coming from that sale because it's
that sale. We'll get
it. Totale 12 milioni. So I think that's what's costing Como, and how we pay off Galatasaray with that 12 million is how it's going to go.
It's negotiating. We're like George. Yeah, and thank you so very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this week. Shall I see you this Sunday at the Chicharos?
Yeah, I believe I'll be there. Yes, I'm gonna have a nice.
There's a couple of bares there. At the bar, they're gonna be watching with us. I hope they don't speak in Bares because I don't know if you ever heard Bares.
I have.
You have. So
Papa is Batan. So right there.
Is it what? Oh, it's true. Your dad's a Bares. So okay. So
no. My friend's dad's a Bares. So.
Your friend's dad's a bit. It's just a completely different language. I don't get it. But I'll see you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday.
First beer is on Presidente. He doesn't know yet. He will know. It will know soon. And guys, please again, thank you for supporting, liking, subscribing, and stay tuned to your Apple Podcast, Spotify. It will be fixed in the coming month, I believe. Presidente was saying so. No more waiting, no more issues. On that note, ovunque e sempre.
Forza Milan.
Ciao, guys.